round people up at the behest of Ice. Do you see what the Eagles are doing? Talking about how we needed to mate in Jurassic Park. They have rap battles and car shows and working on our next podcast. Right, sorry. But I was first one to record on now. I'm not everybody in the room. We need it. I know.
Yes, indeed. Once again, we are back. It's the Build to Destroy show. You already know. Every Sunday around 5 p.m. Pacific Timer zoneries. We be in here chopping it up. We appreciate everyone that comes in every Sunday with us, gets in the chat. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, but don't cost you nothing. Meticulous, Ray Dolly, of course, High Rise with his camera.
I was
blacked out.
Here we go. My bad. I was trying to just see if our guest was perhaps messaging us.
That's all right. We can get started.
And he is not. So here I am.
We ended up getting like 5 inches of snow out here. I don't know about y'all, but it's still melting. We still got snow.
Yeah, shout out to Snow. Finally showing up.
Yeah, thanks for giving us
showing up in March.
Yeah, we got a vibe.
We'll have to go back and figure out what episode it was when I called it. I said it's gonna be a late snow.
Yeah, I remember that. You did say that. Yay. Yeah, I was skirting around in my little work van on Friday. I had a few little slidey spots, but I was like, man, if I get stuck, it's gonna rain later today. I'm gonna just sit here till it rains. Sooner or later, the ice is gonna melt, and I'll just finish off what I gotta do.
That worked out.
Yeah. It'd be all right. Got those schools their food. If I don't, then the school gets to order lunch, $10 or less a student, and my company reimburses them. So it's a pizza party if I don't show up.
Oh.
Yeah.
You better hope there ain't no young saboteurs.
True. Go pop my tires in the morning so they could get a pizza party.
Might figure that out.
It'd be worth it.
Oh man, it'd be even more crazy. We're taking bets on it. Or getting people to contribute. Like, yo, everyone gives me $5. I'll make sure we get pizza.
Watch.
That's wild. That's the type of badass kid
Yeah. $10 a kid ain't that bad either. You go Subway. I mean, because you're hitting them with the bulk catering, so they can do a lot. Burgers. I know our company's not doing $10 a lunch.
That's a fat contract if they are.
Fat.
Well, shoot. These hip-hop topics y'all got, I'm going to let y'all run with them.
All right. Well, I listened to some of the stuff on that list, so let's see. Let's let May run it.
Shoot. I want to give a shout-out to Homeboy Sandman and Aesop Rock.
Lice.
Yeah, they're wizards of the lyrical fashion, and I want to say this is like their third project together, but
it is.
Lice is very consistent, and Aesop on the production. These guys I call it like the fortune cookie wisdom rap. Like, they're so good at like just the 1-2 bar there's a lot of songs where they're just going back and forth and they're just volleying, and it's witty banter, and it's a lot of it's like good advice too. Like it always has like a comedic side to it from them, but a lot of it, the more you sit and think with the lines, you're like, they're actually giving us game at this point in their life. So it's cool. They know how to like put medicine in the brownie in that way. It's like really informative, smart rap, but they keep it really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they bring out the fun side of each other. Because Homeboy Sandman can be fun, but he can also be pretty like self-examining.
Very.
And Aesop Rock can be fun, but he can also be sort of dark and weird.
Very.
But together, you could tell they're friends and they're freaking making each other laugh.
That's it. Yeah, the chemistry of it.
Yeah.
I can hear they're each like, yo, wait till you get a load of this.
Yeah, it's like they both bring out the silly part of each other. It's a good combo in that way.
So I love they always approach it in a creative way, right? So every song's fun and creative, but the standout for me, just concept alone, was the burger joint. What's in the burgers? And they go in this whole deep dive about fast food, and I don't think there's enough cows to keep supplementing these restaurants with these burgers. So what else is in this meat other than meat? And they're just kind of having fun with it. And I just love that nod to creative writing where there is no writer's block. It's just you have a blockage of what to write about. But, yeah, figure out your concept and your theme and then go off of that. But a lot of people just get stuck on the concept or the idea.
They both do their fair share of rapping about food. I've noticed, not in a dumb way, but like I know Homeboy Sandman will have songs about like food issues, you know, overeating, stress eating, you know, so just, you know, that over 40-year-old trying to not get fat guy raps, you know.
Yes.
And Aesop has some funny wordplay about foods. So it's real.
Shouts to the title. Like shouts to the title. Even down to the title, they keep it funny and witty. It's Miami Lice instead of Miami Vice. So it's a short one, but it's a good listen. It's good for a little work commute. If you got a little 30-minute commute, like throw that on and you'll have a fun time just being a listener. Promise.
I hope they tour. That'd be a fun. I'd go see a Lice show.
Me too.
Because I've seen Aesop before. I've never seen Homeboy Sandman though.
And Homeboy, I don't know about Aesop, but Homeboy's good at finding all-age venues, I noticed. He always has this venue in mind where you could bring your kids to. I noticed that. I don't know if that's a deliberate thing on his side, but it always works out like that when I Google it and look it up.
Well, that's dope. I'm not surprised because I know Aesop Rock has that whole kids. He's got that kids actual book and album with what's her name? The acoustic singer from Olympia.
Oh yeah.
They do that. They performed it. God dang it. Kim?
I know you talking about.
Is it Dawson?
Kimya?
Is that right? Oh my God, if I'm saying something totally wrong, I'm gonna feel so bad. I think it is that though.
Kimya Dawson is an artist that I used to read about.
From around here. Yeah, her that's who it is. That's who it is. Then I'm almost positive.
My knowledge goes to the newspaper.
Well, Dris is about to hop on.
Right on.
Okay, cool.
You can see me?
Not yet.
You can hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Here I go.
There you go.
My guys.
All right.
My fault. I was cooking a little dinner, but I'm here.
Oh, good, man. Thank you.
What you make?
Said what?
What you make for dinner?
Oh, you know, I'm a vegan, so I went the vegan way and made a couple vegan burgers with some vegan fried spam, vegan eggs, rice, everything from scratch.
Okay.
And like that's what I do in my spare time. I'm a chef. You know,
Yeah.
gotta get it in.
Is your whole family vegan now?
Yeah, everybody's vegan. No, my mom's not, but my sister, but my brother, me, my dad. I would say 80% of us is vegan.
That's what's up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys you guys are vegan and you guys got your hair locked? Are you guys a spiritual connected to any known spirituality school that we may know of? Or are y'all just doing right, eating healthy, just being real and natural?
So ever since we was young, my dad, he was just big on just knowing who you are. We're not connected to no type of spiritual thing, but it's like, you know, you want to take care of your body. He taught us about Dr. Chevy and all that stuff a long time ago. So we've been taking on this diet before it was popular and stuff like that. It's just something that's just been in the family. My dad also worked in a meat factory, and he saw what's really going on with the meat. So he's ever since that, he was just like, no, we can't do it. Our family's not gonna eat that.
Damn.
Yeah, he got to see firsthand how nasty it is. So he took us away from it, and also he just want us to be our best self, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just be more clear-minded with what you're doing and stuff, and not be so foggy in the brain. So I do a lot of diets and stuff like that. It's not only just be about being vegan. It's about getting the right type of diet, and I fast a lot and stuff like that.
That's what's up. Shout out Pops.
Yeah, he be trying to keep us on the right foot, man. You know.
Yeah. Yo. Well, Dris, have you met? I know you know Wicked, and then May is the other cat on here.
Yeah, Wicked's on here. Where's Wicked?
You can't see me?
No, I can only see May and Josh. Maybe I'm on the wrong page. Let me slide it over. Oh, I can see you now.
Yeah. So it's us three. We just saying hey.
Macticulous. Me and Macticulous go way back, man.
Lovely.
Well, High Rise, you normally do our guest introductions.
Yeah.
Mind if I do the introduction today?
I would be please.
So, ladies and gentlemen, audience, welcome. We have a special guest today. Go back like Mr. Vandervoort's class. As you know, or heard from his mouth, he's a chef. But he's also an MC, original artist from, Progenity. He talked about his dad, Mr. Robert, Miss Debbie. They're factors, longtime representatives and community members in Hilltop. And he's carrying on a tradition in the way that it should be. And he's going to speak to us today, probably about some music, probably about some, community outreach and programs. And our space is a space for all our folks. So welcome, everyone, Matt Dris.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all for having me. For real, man. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
All right,
good.
Well, all right, you take it over from here.
Okay. Well, let's see. What we do is we usually just go around the horn and ask questions about your hip hop origin and things of that nature. So one thing I noticed about just like watching you from afar is that, um, everybody uses hip hop for sort of different things, or they different parts of hip hop are more important to that individual. And some people want to, try to use it as their ticket to be successful. Some people view it as a way to express themselves and are more on the art. And one thing I noticed about you that is cool is that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you found this cool way to use hip hop to sort of travel and to sort of see the world. And obviously it's cool to get out there and do tours, but kind of how you do it, it's almost more of like, you do hip hop and you figured out a way to translate it into travel. And I'm not exactly sure how you do that, but if you could break that process down, because I think a lot of us, some people do a lot of hip hop and they don't travel.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like how you want to do it, and I see you getting out there and really making that a focus, and that's like a unique thing that you do.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know how to do that. Like, how do you do that?
So it's a secret, but it's not a secret. I developed those relationships in those countries, and I kind of like went to those countries, and I went to the top artists in those countries, and I just asked for blessings. I know there's a ghetto everywhere, and there's a neighborhood everywhere, and there's people everywhere, but there's one thing that speaks one language, and that's music. You might not know Spanish, you might not know Portuguese, you might not know what they're talking about in another country, but everybody listens to the same type of music. And I noticed that music is universal, and it's all over the place. So what I did was I started to focus on my algorithm a different way. Instead of focusing on, say, putting out good content or focusing on getting signed, I'm more focused on how can I take my style and what I do and what we do in Washington to another country, not another state. Because the United States is the United States. We're all the same in the United States. Once you go outside the country, it's kind of like they will show you who you are. So as an artist, me being overseas, I get way more perks. I'm way of a bigger artist. I'm a way of a bigger person. Like I feel in some countries, I'll be on billboards and stuff, and I just feel like I'm in the status of a Michael Jackson or a Jay-Z or something like that. But that's how they treat it because they've never saw anything like this. They never saw us. It's big for an artist to travel all the way across the country to not only just be there, but connect with those artists. And that's one thing that big artists don't do. That's the missing part is going to the country, connecting with the locals. Going to the hoods, going to the barbecue spots, wherever they're hanging at, going to the rich neighborhoods, wherever they're hanging at, seeing everything, the animals, the people, the schools. And I try to bring that environment everywhere I go. So when I do go, I'll give you a little secret on how I do it. I will search the top artists in whatever country I'm going to, but I'll look on my algorithm to figure out where my algorithm is. So if it's in China, I'll search up the top artists in China. Then I go to China. After I search up those top artists, I'll follow them and I'll follow their followers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll start to talk to them and tell them, ask them where studios are at. Is there music out there? Like, who's the hottest artist? Like, what's booming next? And what's the best time to come out there? And then I'll make the trip and go out there. Most of the times I do know people, but if I don't, I'll make the relationship via internet and just talking to people like that. Instead of just putting out content, I'm searching my algorithm and where my fans are and stuff like that. And I connect and I go out there. And once I'm out there, it's everything. It's videos, it's studio, and they want to come and watch. They'll come and watch me like I'm in a zoo. and it just
like watch you make music?
Yeah.
True.
They just want to be around. See, the thing about foreigners, they want to be around good vibes. They don't care how much money you have. They want to be around somebody that can make them feel good and give them that feeling of they matter. And and they belong. And just having a good vibe going to those different places, you know, having that good demeanor, they just seem to embrace it everywhere I go, and you know, it's easier to move around.
So you're basically you're putting out a music. You see maybe a flourish of downloads in like a random place, and then you're like, okay, well, there's a little bit of action over there, and then you really just do the groundwork yourself, as if you were just gonna move, as if you were like gonna move there and work, and
Right.
you reach out and you lay the groundwork and you make these relationships to a point where you're just like, well, I should come out there and make some music and shoot some videos and link up with y'all, and then that's basically, and then you do that.
Yep, yep. It just matters more in other places. I could shoot a video in Vegas with all of us. We can all go to Vegas and shoot a video. We're gonna spend the same amount of money as going to, say, Tokyo or the Philippines or something for the whole month, not a weekend, a whole month. So we can go for a month to the Philippines and shoot as many videos as possible. Me, you, Wicked, Mo, we can all shoot videos and do our thing and help each other in another country, or we could just go to Vegas for the weekend and shoot maybe one video. So it's about knowing. A lot of us don't know that it's cheaper to travel further across the country, and everybody thinks, oh, I'm gonna get hurt, or they're gonna take something from me, or they're gonna steal. We're way more violent out here. The last trip I took, we went to Brazil and they were telling me to put my phone down, and I looked on my algorithm and I'm looking out here what's happening in Washington. Somebody died over some chicken in a parking lot, and I'm like, man, I'm like, if that's happening where I'm from, I'm safe. I can hold my phone up and you guys can have it. If that's what you guys call violence. So they were looking at me like, whoa, they're surprised at where we come from. Really, they want to hear our stories. They want to know us, and just us being hip hop heads, being originators of the music. They really pay homage to that. Like, they respect it.
Mm-hmm. That's game right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, May, I know it's your go, but
Yeah, man,
I'm gonna just add in before you go real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I'm trying to arrange this and take a trip out to Japan, where Dom is at. He just moved out there in July, and I was just trying to go for maybe a week.
Yeah.
Half a week. But at least that is a good blueprint. That's essentially where my mind is at, based on what you said, is just further implementing a plot and plan to get out there for July.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. No, that makes sense. Japan is one of my next ones that I was looking at too. So we might as well I say the more the better. If we go in a big group of 20, we're going to make more of an impact, especially coming from the same state. They're going to be like, wow, they'll just group us all together like a group of rap groups out here. Now we're all rappers. Even you, May. They're going to be like, you're a rapper.
Is that not what I said? 20?
That's what you said, homie. That's what you said.
Yeah.
He said 20.
Yeah. Because that just, it makes for better. It makes for more. They'll see that and just pick everybody as somebody. They're not going to just say, oh, you're the guy only. They're going to be giving us names. They're going to say we look like some type of celebrity. They're going to want pictures. They're going to want everything. They want our blessings for sure. And 20 is perfect because we could shoot more videos. We could get more work done.
It's like a festival.
It'll be cheaper too. But July, we would have to check on July because you want to go at the right times. I don't know if July is when, what are those pink trees that bloom? The blossoms.
Mm-hmm.
Cherry blossoms.
Cherry blossoms. You want to go during that time because that's when it's real turned up in Japan.
Mm.
Well, that's the springtime, and that's kind of right now. It goes from the south up to the north in like a sequence to where people follow it all the way along. But Nagoya, where Dom's at, July is the sumo tournament.
Yeah, that's gonna be popping too. You wouldn't think like that stuff like that, like soccer and sumo wrestling and all, that's big in other countries. They don't care about basketball, they don't care about football. Sumo wrestling is big in Japan.
Man, I fuck with it. I'm trying to.
It's like the number one thing.
If we're
Yeah.
there for at least a week. That's one of the days.
Yeah, you don't want to, when you don't want to go for a short amount of time because you're not going to get to do everything that you want. Like, I not only do music, I go to the zoos, I meet the animals, I go to the schools, try to meet the government. I'll be doing government work, I'll be doing nonprofit work, all kind of stuff. I'm meeting everybody. I want to see people, I want to know people. There's people from my last trip that think I still live in Brazil. I was there for a month. They was like, "You live here?" I'm like, "Yep." Then you hit me up like, "Hey, bro, come to my house." I'm like, "Yep, I will next week."
Oh, I love it. That goes into my question, man. I just wanted you to summarize for the people what it is you do. I know you MC, but what is it that you do besides just rocking the mic? Because I know it bleeds into other things.
Yeah. So I got a nonprofit. I do a lot of community work. I got a nonprofit that does a lot of things with men, women, and children. It's an arts, education, and entertainment program. It's community-led, youth voiced. So the youth get to kind of pick what we're doing and how we're doing it. And whoever's a part of it really gets to pick it. So say, for example, you want to learn how to film. We have the top-notch, top-of-the-line filming equipment. So we'll bring everybody together that we know that are in the film industry and help you get to your goal step by step. So we'll practice, we'll learn the history of it, we'll learn how we can educate ourselves around film and get as far as you want to get. If you want to be a director or you want to be an actor, we're going to get you all the way to that. So each activity and each project is like solely focused on what the community or what the person selecting it wants. And our women's department is like women's uplifting women and just keeping them on their goals and helping them with their health and wellness. And our men's department is just like basically what we're doing, what we do. We travel the world, we help people film, we bridge the gaps with businesses, we help people with whatever they need help with. We're just there. We're the helping hand of the world or the vessel of it. And I also, everything I do, I try to add a business to it. I try to make it a business, so I'm not just doing stuff. So when I started cooking and stuff, I actually made it a business and it started taking off. And I'm putting out a menu next week, but I put out menus weekly, and it's like it's an order form, so you order whatever you want, and then I cook it for you on Friday. So it's Monday order, Friday pick up. So I know exactly what I'm cooking, so I'm not overcooking or undercooking. And it's all vegan food. And I have a studio. I'm an audio engineer, so I engineer the sound for artists. I've done plenty of artists out here in their work, almost every artist. I try to get and help them with their sound because, like, that goes into the community stuff that I do. I just don't like to go far without my people coming with me. And I hate to be in them spaces like way out in Brazil by myself or whatever. I want to have the 20 people with me. I want to have the 20 community members that's riding with me, and we're all doing stuff in unison. So I like to help while I'm here a lot. So I do a lot of the music for a different artists out here. And then I also have a production company where we shoot movies, short films, recaps, weddings, whatever, music videos, whatever. That company is like on the rise. I have a show March 26th at Jazz Bones that I'm doing one of my setups for that company, which is a live streaming event. We live stream events. So we're gonna live stream that straight into Facebook and have all the mics being picked up picked up. The camera's being picked up in real time, and we're just gonna make it a nice, beautiful setting and run that event. And we do more, like we do the Hilltop Street Fair. We do the every year we have an event with my nonprofit and my production company where we do a back to school giveaway, and we just give away gear, swag. We have the kids perform. We give away stuff for the parents, like furniture and stuff like that, all kind of stuff.
You killed that answer. Thank you for that.
Send me the link too for your classes or to sign up for your menu.
Nonprofit classes.
Anything you have, I'll post it in the comments so it'll be here.
That's another thing we do though. So everybody that's wondering, because when we first started our nonprofit, it hit the grounds running, and everybody wanted to know like how we were doing it. And I know like there's not a lot of black and brown people like us that's showing and telling people and giving people game. Every time it's like some type of business or corporation, and they don't give you all the answers in real time how you need it. I'm more of a down to earth, straight to the point type guy, so I'm gonna speak it how we know it and make it more simplified to where our brains can understand it and not use all the complex words and stuff. And it's kind of hard. It takes a little bit. It's time sensitive, and it takes a little bit to get your nonprofit and get it up and running. So we do classes every month for people that want to start nonprofits.
Mm-hmm. It's true, man. You got so many classes to offer. When I look at your schedule, they really everything from how to write a grant to how to do graphic design.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We go so deep into it, all the way to the mental health part, just being a person of color trying to do a nonprofit, because there's a lot of, everything's a big game. And the higher up you get, the more gangster it gets. On the ground level in the streets, it's at the lowest point, but they put so much attention on it. But once you get into the politics, it's like, it's the biggest game.
Well, shit. For the listeners, I've had the pleasure of recording with Dris, and I can honestly say it was one of the better studio experiences of my whole hip hop career, from wherever I've recorded, from a big studio to little ones and all in between. And like you say, I know you've recorded a bunch of Tacoma people. What are some surprises you've come across? Some people that you were like, this person really is better than what maybe somebody thinks they are. This guy came in, I didn't realize they were gonna bring it like that. And you really know. I don't want you to say anything bad about anybody. This person, I thought they would come in, and then they ended up taking 2 days, and it was all a big function. Don't do that.
Like
maybe give
I feel
somebody,
like we've all been there. We've been there,
but maybe
it took
give
too
somebody
long.
some props. That was really
I would say, what's crazy? That's an interesting question, because the more I record an artist, the more I feel like that. Like, wow, he's actually better than what I'm thinking. I get more into the music, like, okay, I really like this artist. When everybody that comes in at first, I'm like optimistic of what's gonna happen, like how's this gonna go. I try to build the vibe and make it right to where it's comfortable for that artist. But it seems like every artist is just like, wow, it blows me out of the water, because I'm expecting ground level. And I get this professionalism that is just like, okay, I was wrong. I'm wrong. 90% of the time I'm wrong when I'm just booking a session, and I'm like, okay, come in, let me see what you got. Like, even with you, I was like, whoa. Once I hear him on my plugins in a good studio, I'm like, okay, he's filthy, But it's like that's the thing. I have to get people in my studio for that setting. I hear a lot of people's music, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, but you got to come to me. Once you come to me and I could get your sound right to where I'm like, okay, this is what it can be. That's what it is, but this is what you're capable of. It always surprises me because a lot of people's sound isn't right out here because there's not a lot of studios, there's not a lot of good audio engineers, and most people just do it themselves or do it however they've been doing it for years. They don't look out to new spaces, and even me, I don't look for new people, but there's engineers that are better than me, but they're farther out. But I don't go to them because I already engineer.
Yeah.
So it's like we looking for that too. I look at that too. Like when someone comes to my studio, like what was their sound before to their sound now? Sometimes I don't do it right, and I'll tell the people to go back to where there was and keep recording with them because I'm not the right fit. 9 times out of 10, I'm like, dang, with my sound in this artist, it can go a long way.
Yeah, I vouch for that. If you're an artist out there, book some time. He'll level you up. You know, you'll be like, that's what I should sound like. And even little things I noticed that I never noticed until you never know. You know, I was like, oh, he's doing something to where there's absolutely no delay in from what I'm spitting to when it's laying down. It's that.
It's real time.
It's right there where there's usually this little tiny delay, and you work with it. You kind of know it's there, and you just deal with it, and it becomes natural. But when it's gone, you're like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be when you record, right?
Yeah.
And it makes you more confident. It makes you want to record better. You know, I'm trying to get the best out of each session. Because my name's on it too, man. They're going to say, who mixed that, Dris? And if it's a bad mix, I don't want to be a part of it.
What's the price? My daughter is trying to book a session right
So the
now.
price, so it's $40 an hour, but
Worth it.
she's youth. So with youth, I usually knock off like 2 hours. So our I said 2 hours. I usually do 2 hours for one, so we could do 20 an hour because she's youth. And that's my nonprofit side. We get to do stuff like that where the youth come in, they're trying to make a song and they're serious about it. We might do a video too, just to get it out there. And I also have performances too for her. So when she's done with her song, she's gonna have interviews, videos, and performances. Yeah. Get the working.
How did you learn your engineer skills?
So when I first started doing music, we had studios, but the sound was just whatever sound we was putting out. We didn't put out a lot of music because it didn't sound right. So I was like, let me try it actually for real. And when I tried it, I was like, okay. I went into the studio by myself with an engineer, and I'm like, man, I don't like the sound, and it's taking forever to mix. So I asked him how much for this whole setup, and he told me a price. He told me like $60,000. I was like, ooh. So I went online and just started researching. I found a good setup for $3,000. It was like a starter kit. I put it in my apartment, and I just started studying music and sound. And instead of just recording off top, I went and I studied different people's albums, platinum albums, people that went triple platinum and diamond and stuff, and I just kept listening to the sound of it and how they approach it and how they compose the music. And that's what gave me a good idea of how a song's supposed to be formatted, what it's supposed to sound like, and then I would match my sound to another artist. So I would just play with the plugins and mess with the different plugins. And I went to YouTube University too. And once I was done on YouTube, I kind of just was playing with the different sounds, trying to match them up to songs that sound similar to my songs or similar to the artist I'm recording. And I just taught myself. It's like a all-day thing, everyday thing. It took me like a year to get good enough to charge people.
Not long.
Yeah. And I made all the money back from what I bought my studio for in like the first 2 months.
You have to put that time in, though.
Right, I had to put the time in, but now it's like it was able for me to. It made me able to record my own music, record other people's music, so I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait to get it mixed. I don't even have to wait to do the song. I could just go in the living room, press record, and as soon as I think of an idea, it's like luxury. I feel like every artist should have at least a little small setup in their house just in case.
Yep. Yeah, I ask everybody, man, what's your preferred setting when it's time to record? What do you got to have in place to get the session started?
For me, I just need them vibes. I need the lights to be right. It got to be the right type of lighting. I might need a candle lit. I need some bud and maybe a beer or something.
Yep.
To get my mind right, and then just beats. Just feed me beats. I'm a monster, and I'm gonna just keep going and for forever. I can stay in the studio forever and just do song after song after song after song if I have all those amenities. Like, I don't even really need food like that. I'll eat. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait and eat later.
I like that.
My daughter asked, what's a good sample of someone you recorded so she could listen to see if you would fit her style?
That's a good question, yo.
He kind of sings and raps a little singing, a little rap.
Like sing rappy.
Yeah.
You could send her. You could send her my music. You could send her.
True.
There's a guy named Hippie. I could sing you some of his. There's who else is sing rappy? My little cousin Jay Ski. There's not too many sing rappy guys out here.
What about girls?
Or a lot of girls. I have a lot of rappers. Like, I got almost the whole rap crew out here. Just everybody that's rapping, from the Ricky D's to the Stars, the real Cosby's, the Stewies. I recorded some of everybody, and with everybody. Got songs with all of them too. Key Slow. It's crazy because a lot of the artists I don't be remembering the names, and they got all their songs just through me, and I'm like, dang, I know their names, but I don't know where to find them, and I can't remember them right now. There's so many names. I got this new kid that's been coming. I don't even know his name, but he's probably the best artist that I have, and I can send his mix to her, because his mix, he's like a Tory Lanez. He's exactly like Tory Lanez, actually. So that's the sound we've been working on with him, and he got it down pat. He's filthy. He goes to Lincoln. Who else have I recorded? I don't know. I would say a lot of the young cats got more of that sound, so I'll send her some of the young people, but she probably don't know who they are because they're just young and new.
Well, I know you have been doing music for quite a while, and I know that some people may even know you from Who.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are some of your earliest, basketball Tacoma memories and early Tacoma hip hop memories?
For basketball, that was my thing growing up. That was what I started with, was hoop. It was like that was the first thing I picked up. That was my first bit of confidence, busting people's ass on the hoop court. Just having my way on the hoop court. That was when I kind of solidified myself on who I was as a person in the community. Like, okay, I ain't no slouch. I'm gonna get to it. And, I would say like when we won state my freshman year with my brother and he was a senior. To me, I feel that was like a super good memory because that was when it was like the start of everything great. During that time, that was like my funnest time in life. It was so fun during that era. It was competitive. The schools was just crazy. Man, it was so many memories that year from being called the N word by certain white racist schools like South Kitsap and Puyallup, all the way to being chased out the arena by Garfield because we beat him in the championship and it's all gangsters chasing us. And it was just a wild year. That year was wild. We didn't have to go to school half of the year because we won state. It was just fun. We ended up beating Brandon Roy and his brother. And
That's crazy. Was that Foss? You guys were Foss?
yeah, we were at Foss. Yeah.
So that was when the Narrows League was still.
Yeah, that's when out here was out here. Like this is where it was at. Seattle couldn't get past us. They was trying for years and they just couldn't get past us. That was in the J-Ho era and all those guys. It was like it stayed out here. The Leonard Whites,
When all the Tacoma schools were in the same.
Between us and Lincoln,
Was everybody 3A or what was everybody?
It was 4A. Everybody was 4A. Rainier Beach was the only ones that was 3A, but they would throw tournaments and invite us. We'll still kill them too. We was having our way, and they had Nate Robinson and all those guys.
What's Foss now?
It's a 2A, I want to say.
Yeah,
Foss went through a lot. They went through a lot as far as just losing kids. They lost a couple kids in school. One kid got shot. The other kid ended up just passing out on the basketball court. And them parents were just feeling like it was unsafe and they didn't want their kids there. So it kind of went downhill. Yeah. But compared to now, I've seen there's people that played back then that's paves the way for what's going on right now. It was a lot of greats that came from that era when I was playing, and there's people that played against. We played against people in the NBA, and there's people that will, like Crawford. He'll tell niggas like, man, these guys is good. Foss was good. Lincoln was good. I remember all these guys. These goons. They ain't no slouches. Because every game was competitive, and I look at how the Tyron Stokes dude came down here and played at Rainier Beach. That was a good move because Rainier Beach's coach and Jamal Crawford being the coach and how easy it is to get to the NBA from here. It's become a mecca. We got, I was over 20 plus superstars out of Washington that then went to the NBA already, so it's like you want to be in the right spot where the light is shined. And you're going to get the best exposure, at least he is, with playing with Rainier Beach's coach. Rainier Beach's coach won 9 championships. So he's solidified. And Rainier Beach with Jamal Crawford, that's just like, you got an NBA coach coaching you. So he's gonna bring the best out of you. Yeah. So I know it was a battle over there for that young kid, and hats off to him because he's going to go to the league and do well, but that he needed to be here for that push. We have that type of demeanor out here that, everybody, it might look easy, but it ain't easy. It ain't easy with nobody. You could go to the Y and have trouble. And you could be an NBA player just going to a local Y out here and have trouble with the random guy. But with music, I would say some of my best, earliest. I was weird. When I first started, I didn't know nothing. I got some funny stories, so I didn't know nothing. And I remember I went up to somebody, I got a beat off YouTube, and I forgot. And I got the beat, I recorded it. And I went to a local show, and there was some guys performing to that same beat. I didn't know nothing. I just went off. Yeah, that's my beat. Get off the stage. You record. That's my beat, man. What's wrong with you? They're looking at me like, what? I'm like, you stole my beat. They were like, stole? It's on YouTube. I'm like, yeah, that's the one I picked. They was like, man, you're nuts. You're nuts. You don't got it. real funny. I was just off the chain, but there was another story where I remember I used to see Lice giving out his CDs in front of the clubs and selling them. And I was just so inspired. So I was like, I can't wait to drop my album so I could get out there and I could just, pass out my CDs and sell them. And everybody's going to love it. This is going to be great. Real inspired, real confident, goes up to a guy and I'm like, hey, man, you want to buy my album? He's like, what? I'm like, you don't even have to buy it. You can have it, my guy. He's like, man, I don't want that shit. I felt so defeated. I'm like, man. And I just started cussing him out. But then I stopped myself, like, you know what? That's not his fault. He don't have to take my CD. But just the start of things for me, it was rough like that. Like I didn't know a lot, and I had to learn a lot. I've came a long way from that.
Oh, that's funny. What you guys got? How you guys doing on? How you doing on time?
Probably running up maybe 9 minutes on our normal time.
Perfect.
Yo, do you produce or do you just engineer?
I just engineer. I have 5 producers that I work with. 2 of them overseas. The rest is down here. One of my main producers, Drew P. He's here in the United States, and he does a lot of different work with different people in the industry, and he's tied in the industry. So sometimes we'll do sessions. Like my latest project came because Euphoria, the show, hit us up and was like, hey, we would like for you guys to do some music for us. And we started the process, and my little cousin's computer crashed, and we lost the song, so we had to wait. And we asked them, can we get an extension? They were like, nope. And so we were like, bummer, we can't get on this show. So we kept the songs, and they were so good that we ended up putting them out. And that just came from us just, we have writing groups. We do writer's block offs where we're just writing song after song after song for commercials, video games, movies, etc. And so, like, he does a lot of that stuff with me. One of my overseas producers, he's just like, here goes 100 beats type of guy. And I'll be having beats. I'll be having beats that I don't even know what to do on. So a lot of the times I'll just get different type of artists on these beats and stuff like that. And same with my other producers, they just like kind of throw beats at me. But my Drew P, he's like my main producer, and we're either making hits or we're making movie scores.
Mm-hmm. Well, shoot, man, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Probably one of the last round of questions or so. But give me your top 5 Tacoma MCs.
So you're saying MC like rapper?
Yeah. I mean, you could put,
I just want to do rapping only. I don't want to mix it, because once you mix it, it's so many different artists with different styles.
Yeah.
Top 5 MC that I've heard and that I enjoyed. A lot of it comes from my era. In no order. Off the top of the dome, I would say Big Spesh.
Mm-hmm. R.I.P.
I would say this is hard to do. I would say this is hard to do. I want to say Young Shot, Lice. And I want to say I want to say Stewie and Kelly Reed, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to say so. I feel like I'm missing somebody that's better than some of them guys, but That's what I would say. That's
Hell
my
yeah.
job.
I like that.
As far as like rapping,
Mm-hmm.
only from Tacoma, that's what I'll go with. Because it's like, those were the guys that I would listen to without even listening to their tape. I would just pull up on them like, just rap. Just let me hear you rap, bro. Let's throw some instrumentals so you can rap, and we can just smoke one and just listen to you. That type of vibe. I like that type of vibe.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll close it out with. Look, we didn't even do normal like origin story stuff. So I guess.
What's the normal? What's the norm?
Well, we'll normally ask you like your first how to experience in hip hop. How did you get?
Yeah.
How did you get into making music at all?
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty much it. The engineer story of me trying to do the music. Then I was like, I don't like the sound, so let me go buy my own studio. And after that, I just took off with it. I turned into a mad scientist. I was in the lab like Dexter. You know how we do it.
All right. Well, why don't you tell us what kind of anything that you want us to pay attention to? You mentioned we'll revisit the next show that you got coming up at Jazz Bones,
March
March 26th.
Yeah.
So
I'll send you a head count for us.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait. I'll like that Monday maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask everybody how many people can really come and if they're bringing wives or whatever, and then I'll holler at you.
Yep, that'll be perfect.
Okay. Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
well, outside of that specific show, anything that you just want the people to know, or
We going to Japan.
all right.
Oh yeah, that's what's happening. That's what you know. We going to Japan, fool. That's what's going on.
Oh yeah, homie, you gotta drop your socials too for the fam.
Okay, my Instagram is DA_MAC23, DeMac23. My everything else is Mac Dris, MACDRIS. You can look me up on any platform, same thing, Mac Dris. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, everything.
Thank you, man. We send you much love. We'll see you.
Sure,
for sure on
appreciate
the
you guys.
26th.
Yeah.
That's Mac Dris, one of Tacoma's finest engineers and MCs, y'all.
Yeah.
Main ones out here doing it.
Doing it big.
Yeah.
Appreciate you,
Salute,
all.
yo. Go buy one of them vegan burgers for me, man.
No. I'm gonna hit you when the list open up. It don't taste vegan either. I make that shit taste like regular food. Y'all gonna be like, this is delicious. It's all in the seasoning, man. I got the grandma seasoning.
Yeah.
All right, man. We're gonna all have to tap in on
trying to
that.
eat with you.
Right.
We're gonna have to tap in on one of these next upcoming. We got within the crew a lot of projects coming out, and like a release show. That'll be a good like little catering. With our community, there are a lot of health conscious folks, so that'll be a good. We might tap in with you for that type of thing.
Yeah, it keeps the energy up, man. All that meat's gonna make y'all tired.
All right, man.
All right, for sure, man.
I'll send you the YouTube link and later on tonight. All right, peace.
All right, I appreciate y'all.
Hey, appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks, you already know what it is. Build and Destroy show. It's time for our halftime musical interlude. And yes, we got a cue up for the day. Look, we're going to go. We got 4 joints in here. And there is one that has not been debuted. World premiere. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. This is the Build and Destroy show. Every Sunday around 5, we go live.
But she gets mad like a rapper. Ain't she mad? They playing us cheap, and I want my money.
planted, faith waste. Telling me to believe in something I can't hear, feel, or taste. Just cause we got scars don't mean we can't think for ours. Our bars are better, fight wars with letters. Mop floors being clever, your perfect heroes won't ever. Ours no struggle and pain forever, through every endeavor. You think that we're broken, you think that we're weak, but to us you have no value to speak. Perfection, your weakness, we see through, you're not deep. Trials made us strong, the strongest. Tribulations made us bond, the fondest. Wounded heroes of the world, radically honest. Always fought hard, maybe the hardest. Wallets may be slim, but souls are the fattest. Cause we're not just bad, we're the baddest. 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 Bad with the bad, 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 with the baddest. Bad with the baddest. Bad with the baddest. Bad, 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 bad with the baddest. Trials made us strong, the strongest. Tribulations made us bond, the fondest. Wounded heroes of the world, radically honest. Always fought hard, maybe the hardest. Wallets may be slim, the souls of the fattest. Cause we're not just bad, we're the baddest. Cause we're not just bad, we're the baddest. 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 Bad with the baddest. Bad, 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 bad with the baddest.
In the clay, what was upwards was downwards. Once ponder with sound nerves. My nows occur when I'm grounded to the earth. The rest of the place resembled that S shape. You question fate while the destined wait. Naked and not afraid till greatness has behaved. Calibrated egos from amalgamated peoples. Downgraded steeples, the town made it evil. Years fortified lectures from a clean soul. Definite shoe in that seems whole. Definite test of a prerequisite for my etiquette. Sacrificial lamb of rap style that never lived. Get the bid on the auctioneer with awkward tears. Locked in the sphere, often I'm here. catch me boxing the square.
Please stand down.
Harlow, signing in. 9 days going my way. Pre-portal, you can see it steam in the morals. On the Amanita Muscara, on the Bahamadeer. This the quantified feature. Watch the opulent try and keep up. While I've been chopping like Cleaver much. No need to discuss, don't read for the puff. Not closed in the sheet of disgust. Stop rolls, not prestigious enough. Rock slow, I need a leader, love. Side order of abundance. Piece of prosperity for the hunted. Look out for me like alchemy from 1K. Foiled over Assumption Sunday. Sad tales from the sunflare.
To talk to you about to see we rise up and fools become obsolete. Best be mindful of all obstacles. Triangle offense, gunpowder, release power. Familiar with lead showers, but not into White Houses. Trinaudo, divine outgrowth, toenail ingrown like outro. Cut out those acting funny style, the grouchos. Stockpile drivers, spiderweb pros, mile high clubs, pantyhose and wire hangers to make your mic glow. Light bulb, strike gold with rhyming words, but we throw lightning bolts. Find the burnt skulls. Finally learned mode and lines in the dirt scroll. Finally learned mode and lines in the dirt scroll.
Check. Allah breathed and it all started. Ali Shahi Muhammad, the book of life has been recorded. Watch out, the devil trying to do we. Sodom Gomorrah and Sodom Nusi. My pen ignite, paper burn 451 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not a fair fight. Look, the devil is nervous, cause we on point and moving with purpose. My whirling is dervish, that's bond like my word is. I'm Amin Ra, Amin Ya. The pudding is the proof. I'm John Wilkes, recording booth and work boots. Word all the way down to the roots, that's for sure bet. Like water is wet, like a noose on your neck, like crippling snooted debt. To catch a fish, you gotta cast a wide net. Wadada dang, watch out for the slang. Build and destroy gang, building strong words to bang.
Look, the fact is, A-Wall's a champion. Been at this, we talking about practice. Answer to reaction, I'm hardwood classic. Shut up and dribble, my crossover drastic. Tacavelli the Yeti, stay stomping. Heated up, Benny Microwave Johnson with my wife in the Bahamas. It was all a dream. Singing Billy Ocean to my Caribbean queen. Object of my desire, jambalayas fire. Real ones stir crazy, learned that from prior. Roll good with tires, wider realistic. Raps my crime, here's the ballistics. Don't get it twisted, I get mine with interest. Smooth like red velvet cake and stylistics. Where I'm from, my homies be wildin'. Look up Tacoma, my picture right there smiling. Ooh, and I like it. 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 Rip the band-aid off of the wound quickly. Preparation meets opportunity. Got to move swiftly. Against the current, electricity, spark brains with herb burning. Driving with no hands, the bad starship. Kick back Cadillac with the shag carpet. Watch where you dump the ash at. Sword sharpen. Fire contact, stab, wind, blow the cartridge. Up, down, left, right, 80, select starship. Short round, defy all odds for best artists. But the data speaks for itself. Beast under pressure. I used to eat, sleep for dinner and cigarettes for breakfast. Now take the deepest breath in the freshest air. Even when my car don't work, I'ma get there by any means necessary. Word to Malcolm and still throw the ayah at the end for nostalgia. Ayah.
Yes, indeed. We are back in the building. The Build and Destroy show. Wicked Meticulous, May Dolly, High Rise. The subscribe button don't cost nothing. Hit the tap, 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 tappity tap.
Oh, throw the eye out at the end for nostalgia. Hey, that was a joy to listen to. Thank you for that.
That's just a rough draft. That's supposed to be the long posse cut. So that's gonna be an extended beat.
No, that sounds fun, man. It sounds real fun.
Well, shout out to Mac Dris. Shout out to K-Dub.
Yep.
Shout out to Lincoln. We heard last week from our guests they did lose. But shout out to all the Lincoln players. K-Dub's son, Casey Williams, should be a top high school prospect going into college next year. Shout out to O'Shea Lamar. The point guard like we was talking about. That can give dimes.
Mm-hmm. So shouts to Mac Dris, man. Like, I wanted to ask him about CMOS. I didn't want to stereotype him, but I feel like he probably could have gone like 10 minutes just on CMOS.
Probably.
Because I know the vegans love that moss gel, man. It's just, like I said, I don't want to stereotype him, but I kind of know if he's on the path, he's going to know about that moss. And I want my black folks to never forget, like that moss gel. If you can source it and you can find it, put that in your body, man. That helps so much. Sea moss for the win.
Oh yeah. The seaweed is good.
Yes, sir, man. All of those sea algae. Like I said, I should have hit him with that because I feel like he has a lot to speak on the health message as well. So I love that he's working with the youth. I love that he gives the youth the microphone first. I believe wholeheartedly in that. Where if you have an organization or a community, we need to start getting used to giving the kids the mic, because we grew up in a generation where it was you're supposed to be seen and not heard, and there's some toxicity with that upbringing. And a lot of these kids are brilliant, and they're just scared to speak up, So I feel like you got to give these kids the mic and entertain their ideas, and don't be scared if they have innovations that you haven't, conceived yourself. Like, that's why they're here for. They're going to help keep us sharp, but we got to keep giving them that microphone, and we got to encourage them to speak up. And the new youth is kind of breaking the chains of that old way of thinking where they're just supposed to be here and they're just supposed to sit idle till they grow up and now they have a voice. Like, nah, you could be 4 years old with a voice, and we want to entertain your voice at 4 or 5, all those ages.
Well, I think it definitely takes a certain type of person to be to do that. Like,
absolutely.
I can.
It takes a certain amount of release to do that.
Yeah, I don't think I could deal with little kids. Like, certain age bracket, probably prime for me is like 11, 12. Like right before you turn teenage.
Yeah.
The preteens. Yeah. I mean, that was the level of kids that I dealt with in the youth baseball. And I could handle that. I could handle the 11-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there's 12. Now, maybe not a classroom, but 30, that's different.
Yeah.
The 12, a team, we can do that.
Mm-hmm. What a same. I got to talk about this Jack Harlow project, man.
Fill us in.
Continuing on from the music segment from the first half, Jack Harlow dropped an album called Monica. Jack Harlow is known as a rapper, and he's made bops. This time around, he's like, no, I'm not making any kind of rap type stuff. I'm just gonna go R&B with it now.
It's still $4.99. You got a meal, $4.99.
And yeah, he went he went on a platform and he was like, yo, I sound blacker now. my new album, I sound blacker, and like I listened to it, and it's nothing that you want to kill him for. It's what it is. It's beats and vibes, and he's trying to make a groove. But I wanted to talk about that the reoccurring thing that keeps happening, where these people make segues from hip hop spitter, rap artist to rock star or or R&B musician. Is Jack Harlow? Is he trying to do the Post Malone thing, or is that just a part of his artistry where this don't feel out of bounds, where he's like, yo, now I'm D'Angelo now?
Oh no, the reason why it kind of feels out of bounds is because of like what he said.
Yeah. That's where I was at. You listen to it, it's fine until you read the media coverage. And yeah, just the way he said that, it was kind of like, oh.
But you know who's someone who we was talking about earlier who doesn't do that is Aesop Rock.
Yes.
So yeah, Jack Harlow is kind of doing that.
It does feel like that. And
there's examples of people that don't do that. Aesop doesn't do that. He's definitely not as famous as Jack Harlow or whatever, but I bet he sold more records.
Yeah.
In the long run.
I just want to let people know, like, if you're in the artistry and you don't look like us, like, changing the genre doesn't necessarily make you blacker or make you sound blacker. It's not this thing where I'm going to tap into something and then it's going to change my appearance or my being. It doesn't work like that. It's just you're you and you're doing an interpolation of this now. It's not that this thing has evolved you into like a new Pokemon.
Yeah, because Mac Miller made a singing album. He didn't say any weird thing like that.
No.
So
yeah, like if you're gonna do it, just do it.
Yeah, I just think when you say weird things like that, it kind of shows like what some of your ulterior motivations are, what your motives are, and yeah, that's what makes things weird is your intention and if it's genuine or not, and yeah.
So like I said, like the album you play, there's nothing that you're really. It don't necessarily make you mad, but then when you read the context, you're like, oh man, is he just... It feels like he's putting on a Halloween costume, almost.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Is it... Because I don't have a reference for the music that he makes in the change, but it sounds like he was a singy-songer, and now he's trying to make rap.
No, other way around.
No, yeah, opposite.
So he's a rapper and he's made a singy song.
Yeah.
Album.
Yeah.
And he said it made him sound blacker by making a singy song album.
That is weird. He did say that.
Yeah.
But he said that because he was speaking to the influences of his singing, and he was like, it's a lot of 90s R&B, like neo soul. So he was trying to neo soul himself up, kind of, and that was the blacker.
Yeah. So I guess my question is for you guys, because you listen, his music. Does he not have a black audience, and his audience is just white people that like rap music, and he thought that making a sing-songy album would get black people to like him? I don't know. I'm asking genuinely.
I think he has a mixed audience. I think May's right. I think he's got a mixed audience. I think he is saying that like his R&B is he's doing like black R&B.
Mm-hmm.
He's not doing like country Post Malone R&B.
He loves black music, he said. So he's trying to do his...
He's like, my influences are like New Jack Swing and Neo Soul and black R&B.
Yeah.
That's the blacker. I think that's what he's referring to. Hella clumsily, but
you got to know who you're going up against. Like, you got to go up against John B and people like that. Like, if you're gonna do it, you got to realize like who's already in that spot before you.
true.
So, again, like, you're not doing anything new or innovative. You're just throwing another brick in the pyramid.
I like this take. He should have just said, he should have just been like, yo, I'm trying to just get on my John B shit.
Yeah, like, at least call John B and like give yourself some kind of stamp. But yeah, with a project like that, you got to kind of have a cosign. And if you just kind of do it willy-nilly on your own accord without, it sounds stupid, but you kind of need a gatekeeper to be like, yo, I approve of this. We don't necessarily need that in our life. Like, Joe Scott she already killed that vibe. Like, you don't have to add to that pyramid. Joe Scott is already occupying that for the neo soul vibes. If you got your heart broken, you're trying to get your woman back, just do that. But you don't got to make it a whole rollout and a new identification tool. That's what I feel like. I feel like Jack Harlow, he might have got a taste of some chocolate, and now he's probably hurting. He's trying to get her back.
Yeah.
Could it be again? I don't know his music, so I'm genuinely asking because I'm curious. I know his name and I have heard it enough to where he seems like a larger artist. And if you guys are saying that it's from straight rapidy rap, and now he's dropping this project.
He was in White Men Can't Jump too. He was the new Billy Hoyle or whatever.
They remade White Men Can't Jump?
They did. And in that movie, he was white adjacent. Like, he was the dude that brought Hennessy to the barbecue. So he was like, yo, like, I kind of know the hacks. Like, I know how to be around y'all and I know how to acclimate. That was his role in the movie, where it kind of showed, like, I'm on the fringe. Like, I don't look like you guys.
But he's kind of famous from that movie too. So, like, I'm just saying, Wicked, he's pretty big. You're right. He is.
I'm just kind of just using my, I don't listen to music and I only know names from reading the newspaper on the bus brain. But could it be that he's reached a certain ceiling for just his rapidy rapping, and he's trying to, maybe he looks at someone like Drake as someone who did, very more effortlessly blend and do R&B and rap, and even go further down his genre, jumping into the Caribbean almost. Could it be that he's just he's at a certain level and he's like to get? I'm not a. He's taking the opposite of Kendrick Lamar route, but even Kendrick Lamar got a big song with the Luther is a kind of an R&B singy song. So is that just the route that everyone's going? Is what I'm saying.
Drake found Jack Harlow a while ago where they were on a song together at Emerald Downs. It was called Churchill Downs, but they showed up to the I want to say it's the Wimbledon.
It's the Kentucky Derby or something.
Yeah, it's one of those events, and they showed up like in their suits and all that. And yeah, Drake actually gave him the cosign, and Kanye gave Jack Harlow the cosign before Kanye got canceled. So he was held up by, hip hop elite at one point. They were championing him.
Yeah, I think so, Wicked. I just think though that he's not outside of the mistake he made, and You know, I think he thought maybe he rapped so well that he could get on a podcast and say something about black, you know, and he should know that that's not gonna go.
Like I said,
This
guy is not my.
You know, even though he's young, he
I'm
should
not
know
defending
better.
this
He should just
motherfucker.
know better.
Yeah, I'm not defending him. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to play devil's advocate and more thinking into his thought process and what was the more motivation behind it? Are you trying to get to like a new audience or reach this new level, or is this you've been waiting to do this the whole time? Like you really wanted to do this? But I mean, his statements kind of it leaves a lot open for interpretation. It's all negative to me. It's like just to say, like you said, the comfortability and the lack of media training to have, especially after you played that character. I didn't even know they remade White Man Can't Jump, let alone he's a character. He's a white character bringing Hennessy to the barbecue. Like a white person wrote that in for him.
Mm-hmm.
A black person is not writing in that in the movie for the white character to bring Hennessy. Like only a white person would think that would make sense. Like now he's cool.
Yeah.
And like I said, the project's called Monica, so you have to think of who is Monica. I think Jack Harlow got in the mix with Monica, and she might have been amused.
Yeah.
It might have went bad for him, and now I chalk it up to being an artist and like, yo, this is one of my albums where this ain't really for y'all. This is more for me. Like, I gotta exercise my demons, and I gotta process what Monica did to me. And Monica sounds like a black girl's name. Feel like
well, and there was there is Monica, a '90s R&B.
Yeah,
that's what I thought you were trying to say, man.
Yeah,
you're trying to say he was.
No, I feel like Jack, because in the movie in White Man Can't Jump, he has a melanated female for a girlfriend. So a lot of folks don't discriminate. Like if they like brown girls, they like brown girls. And I think Jack is one of those guys. Like he probably likes the Chocolate Sisters, and he might have got his heart broke, and he might be trying to get her back. But the fact he named it after a female, and we don't know the female, you just gotta figure like, oh, he might be going through something, and this is just a submission for the label. But
I don't know, man. I don't know
if
man.
homie's happy. I think Monica may have broke his heart.
If that was the case, he'd have said something about that in the interview, not I sound more black now that I'm singing. That would like.
Well, maybe he wasn't black enough for her, and he's like, "Yo, I gotta do more to win her approval." We don't know.
And that's sing. And that's I gotta bust out in order to prove that I am more black as a white person. I have to bust out the Boys to Men. Would this ever cross your mind? High Rise. you want to become more black. In order to do that, you gotta do an album of R&B joints. I mean, I don't think that that's a realistic.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. When, like how you're saying, you're just looking at it outside. Why did he say that? That's not going to make you, like you say, an R&B album is not going to make you more black.
But listen, the once you get to a certain level, man, they say you have to be very well spiritually protected and have great discernment because it's easy to be compromised. And I mean, I'm saying once you get to them levels, there's a lot of weird shit going on. And for him to be comfortable enough saying some dumb shit like that, either he's on drugs or, I mean, there's got to be, he's been an artist for a long enough time. Like, there's got to be something that just seems like the dumbest thing you could say on the press run. Like, if they wrote down the list of shit that you can say, like, political stuff, something about the war, like, these are the things you can't say.
Yeah.
And on there was don't say that anything about you and your relationship to blackness. Like, just don't even go there.
Right. I do think that that's what it is. It's an air of judgment. It's something that a publicist would be like, no, don't say that, you know? Yeah. And he didn't, you know, it's like not everybody knows better. It's a nuance. It's a nuanced form of intelligence. And you may not have
see how he's dressing. Like the way that he's dressing isn't how he dressed before. So you gotta take in all intel. Like Jack Harlow's wearing like big like pelly leathers and like the beanie with the brim now. Like the Talib Kweli like backpacker beanie with the brim hat. And it's like, yo, where did this come from? Like, you didn't even change the album, but you changed like your outfit too. And like, I'm just waiting for him to get like the black scent now, where he's like, yo, this is how I always talk. I just kind of kept it away from y'all.
Listen, you heard it here first, folks. When you hear him coming out talking hella slangy,
yeah,
May called it.
Well, he already does, doesn't he? I mean, he already did that.
Yeah, you gotta watch the movie.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't have any reference. I know what he looks like. I've seen a picture of him before, but I don't know what he sounds like. I don't know his music, so I'm just basing it off of just me seeing a picture of him, essentially.
He's made some bops, but he's very Drake-ish in his deliveries as a rapper. He's Drake, but with a different tone.
All right, well, enough about this white rapper. Can't believe we spent that much time on it.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Well, what about that last joint, the Casual Black Magic?
Ooh.
Man, I listened to that top to bottom.
Yeah, his voice is so... I love how gravelly Casual's voice is. I don't know if he smoked like 5 Black and Milds before every session, but yeah. That gravel, I like the gravel in that delivery, man.
He's got one of the most unique voices in the game by far, and a crazy accent, and his voice is crazy, and it's all gravelly, this album. But it doesn't sound forced. It fits into like the beats. The beats are there's a lot of like bassy low tones on the beats. And I think he's just matching it, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool. And he's older, you know. Everybody's voice gets a little torn when they're older too. It's cool.
And I like to hear...
he's one of my favorite rappers. Like, he's a top 10 MC for me.
Oh, yeah. And the fact you get Dell on there.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a couple other members from the crew, the Hieroglyphics crew on there. Just...
Tajay.
Yeah, it's mandatory listening if you're just a fan of them, period, man. Because you get to hear a couple of reunions.
That first song is totally out of control.
It is. I like sacrifice music so far. Just because, like I said, that voice it sounds like just gravel.
Mm-hmm.
I love that tone that he's using right now.
Yeah. You did a project in that tone.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. But yeah, it's similar in that sense that it's hella bars, but it's hella gruff.
And I love that he gave a shout out to the polo, you know, the last song.
Mm-hmm.
Vintage polo. Like, there's still those low heads out there. And Casual reminds me, like, even though he's not from New York, he is a low head. He's a West Coast low head.
Yeah, he is.
He's about that Ralph Lauren and sourcing those pieces to the point where he's creating merch from Ralph Lauren pieces.
Hey, Wicked, he's got a whole song called 100 Men versus a Gorilla where he raps as he's the gorilla.
Yeah.
Beating up 100 men.
I got 3 men hanging on. Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, he's a rapper. He's like one of the people on my list that I need to definitely do my studying on. E-Tree was the first person to peep me to one of his songs. That was he was rapping about cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
It's one of the quickest.
And yeah, hieroglyphics is as the institution has been kind of forward on different things technology wise for a while, and that the Hyro coin was. I have to check in and see what's going on with that. I haven't looked in it for a minute.
They're coming on tour.
Every now and again, Casual will do out these. He'll do these promotional blasts where he's like, "Hey, I'm charging this much for a verse. Get at me." Casual is one of the quickest turnarounds. If you're MC and you just want a casual verse and you send him some ducats, you're gonna get that verse like within a day or two. So he's one of those ones too, as far as sealing the deal and getting it done. He works fast.
Oh yeah, shout that out. I love hearing that.
And it's very personalized. You're not getting just lost verses that he's had in the book.
He rhymed in that first song. He said something so freaking cool. He said something like, "Y'all are still rhyming for respect. Dinosaur, I am more, to be honest, like Tyrannosaurus Rex."
Come on.
Oh man, I was like, oh, I love that shit.
Bar activities.
Yeah. Well, man, I might get off here and chill over there with my mom here before the night gets too late and I gotta go.
All right. Well, we're gonna close them down. We're gonna have who do we have on the docket for as far as guests up and coming?
I think we got Watch Your Tone rescheduled for next week. So these reschedules have been working out because Sean Brooks was one and Dris was one, and so we'll see if it falls into place. We Watch Your Tone again.
All right.
But hey, they're big people. Maybe they just need 2 weeks to get it right. I get it. I'm not mad.
Well, I know. I want to double back on the trying to link up with and get Neon Dion on the board.
Hell yeah!
Just to talk about more arts in broader context as opposed to just rap music. And, I mean, potentially with the different releases that we got on the books, probably be a good opportunity to set up a show / art exhibition at his spot downtown. So,
I like that.
All right. Well, hey, appreciate everyone. We'll be back next Sunday. You already know, 5 p.m. Hit that subscribe button. Build and Destroy show. We